ve şiddet tutkunu değiliz.
Biz de zindanla da korkutamazsın.
Your country is in big trouble.
Teslim olmanın sınırı yok.
A long-delayed 32,000-page verdict has been released in Turkey's controversial Kobane case, triggering an appeal process and raising new political questions as Kurdish opposition leaders face decades-long prison sentences amid signs of a possible political thaw. The Council of Europe will assess Turkey's implementation of the right to hope for Abdullah Öcalan and 3 other prisoners in September 2025, amid mounting concerns over Turkey's failure to comply with European court rulings on life imprisonment. The Syrian Democratic Forces and the Women's Protection Units have refuted accusations from the Syrian Interior Ministry that ISIS members from al-Hol camp were behind the 23rd of June church attack in Damascus, instead calling for a credible investigation and criticizing the new Syrian regime's ties to extremist factions. Journalist Ikram Balekanî reflects on the Iran-Israel war in the context of broader regional power struggles. In a recent interview, he highlights Abdullah Öcalan's model of democratic confederalism as the key to resolving the conflict in Iran. Learn more with Medya News. After a full year of delay, a Turkish court has released the 32,000-page justification behind its verdict in the controversial Kobane case, clearing the way for a legal appeal process that could reshape the future of jailed Kurdish opposition leaders. The case centers on the 2014 protests in support of Syrian Kurds resisting ISIS in Kobane. Over 20 senior members of the pro-Kurdish HDP, including Selahattin Demirtas and Figen Yüksekdağ, were sentenced to up to 42 years for allegedly inciting violence. Critics have called the delay in releasing the verdict's reasoning a violation of fair trial standards, with one defense lawyer stating, "A verdict without a reason is a verdict without justice." Now that the reasoning is public, appeals can officially begin, possibly opening the door to reduced sentences or retrial opportunities, particularly as rumours swirl of a new peace process and recent legal reforms. Adding intrigue, the ruling came just after a rare government meeting with the pro-Kurdish Dem party, fueling speculation about behind-the-scenes negotiations. While the legal battle resumes, the Kobane case remains a flashpoint in Turkey's ongoing debate over justice, democracy, and Kurdish political rights. The Council of Europe will review whether Turkey is complying with human rights law in the case of Abdullah Öcalan and 3 others serving non-reducible life sentences, raising pressure on Ankara ahead of a key September 2025 deadline. The European Court of Human Rights ruled in March 2024 that Turkey's practice of sentencing prisoners to aggravated life without parole, with no chance of release, violates the European Convention prohibiting inhuman treatment. The court said this denies prisoners the right to hope. Despite similar rulings dating back to 2014, Turkey has not introduced any legal review mechanism for such sentences. Officials argue release is possible under current law, but admit exceptions apply for crimes affecting national security, effectively excluding Öcalan and others. In a strongly worded statement, the Council's Committee of Ministers said the lack of progress was deeply concerning, warning that without reform, it may issue an interim resolution, a formal step towards sanctions for non-compliance. The upcoming review could have major consequences for Öcalan, imprisoned since 1999 and held in prolonged isolation, as well as for broader human rights reform efforts within Turkey's justice system. The Syrian Democratic Forces, or SDF, and Women's Protection Units, or YPJ, have rejected accusations by the Syrian Interior Ministry that the attackers behind the 23rd of June bombing at Mar Elias Church in Damascus came from al-Hol camp in northeast Syria. The ISIS-linked suicide bombing killed more than 30 worshippers, making it one of the deadliest attacks in the capital in recent years. A Ministry of Interior spokesperson alleged the assailants were foreign nationals from al-Hol, but the SDF denied this, saying all recent departures from the camp were Syrians or repatriated Iraqis, with no foreign fighters housed there. The SDF condemned the attack and called for an independent investigation, accusing Damascus of issuing politically motivated claims. YPJ commander Rohilat Afrin also criticized the regime's ties with extremist factions like Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, warning that integrating jihadist groups into Syria's military endangers national sovereignty. Afrin also condemned Turkish military presence and accused Damascus of enabling foreign control in regions like Deir ez-Zor and Palmyra. While dismissing rumors of Israeli cooperation, Afrin said the YPJ is open to serious dialogue that serves Syrian national interests and protects the rights of minority communities. Kurdish journalist Ikram Balekanî says, the recent Iran-Israel conflict reflects a deeper regional power struggle, and argues that true peace in Iran can only be achieved through Abdullah Öcalan's model of democratic confederalism. In an interview with Mesopotamia agency, Balekanî called the 12-day war part of a long-planned effort to redesign the Middle East, warning that chemical weapons claims are being used as a pretext for power plays. He stressed that change must come from within, saying, either there will be foreign intervention again, or the groups inside will unite their forces. Balekanî pointed to the Jiyan Azadi revolution as proof of the people's will, with women and Kurds at the forefront. He said the Rojava model, with pluralism, gender equality and grassroots autonomy, offers a working blueprint for Rojilat and beyond. He also highlighted PJAK's role in forming cross-party Kurdish unity and warned that without internal organization, hegemons will dominate. Kurds have the potential to drive change and transformation in Iran, he said. The revolution is not over, it has just paused. It will start again and continue until victory.
Medya News Daily Review.
Biz burada şiddet tutkunu değiliz. Biz de zindanla da korkutamazsın.
Your country is in big trouble.
Teslim olmanın sınırı yok.